When I first heard the name Super People, I thought that your characters would move like this, or like this, but in reality, it's more like this. Yeah, pretty underwhelming. Even climbing fences was kind of hard. Super people, more like average people, am I right? Super People is a class-based battle royale created by Wonder People. What's that? You never heard of them? Well, it's because they're a brand new company that basically consists of ex-PUBG developers, and boy does it show, since this game is literally PUBG, but you have abilities. Seriously though, if you love PUBG, this game will make you happy-ish. If you never liked PUBG, well, you probably won't like how this game functions, as its gameplay is very similar to PUBG. It's a much more methodical, slow-paced battle royale that rewards patience over running and gunning. It's technically in its beta, but it's been in its beta for over 6 months, so can we call it a beta anymore? So what makes this game unique? Well, it's the super part of this game. You see, each class has a bunch of unique skill sets that set them apart and change the gameplay drastically. There's 12 different classes, each with their own unique powers, from running fast, to power sliding, to calling in a nuke. That's not even the craziest part. There's one dude who calls in a monster truck that bounces. This game's insane. You got the heavy, get off my porch, Usain Bolt, all gillied up, the slip and slide, caustic, Aquaman, Ash, FBI open up, use the force, Call of Duty kill streak, and baby driver. Each of these classes also have a specialty weapon that they're just better with. So hopefully the class you choose also has a weapon that you like. If you can even get the class you want, which we'll talk about later. Unlike another class-based battle royale, in Super People, you don't have all of your special skills on drop. You will unlock each randomly as you level up, which happens the longer you survive. Or if you're lucky enough to find these colored pills that grant you a boost towards that specific ability color. You have 9 whole abilities, 3 of each color, and 1 ultimate ability, which gets unlocked at level 10. I know this all sounds super complicated, but basically your class has a bunch of cool abilities that you will need to slowly unlock as you survive. Some are as simple as getting a slide, or oddly specific as getting a damage boost when you use a tree as cover. Yes, it's as weird as it sounds.
Trees acquired.
But that one's quite useful. These abilities are what make this game kind of fun, especially when you understand them all.
Target down.
While the classes do have unique character designs, those don't really matter, since you can customize your character however you want.
Hey man, this look pretty good, man. Where your clothes at?
There is also a simple crafting mechanic that makes looting a lot cleaner and easier, so even if you have bad armor or backpacks, you can upgrade them by finding scraps in a cave! But seriously, you can upgrade everything. Your helmets, your armor, your weapons. All you have to do is just find a bunch of random crap all over the map, which luckily will be marked for you, so you always have a reason to just run around and scavenge. There are also these candy bars that are around the map that essentially just give you a boost to your speed, defense, or power. So yes, kids, candy is good for you. The weapons in this game are very typical. You got your assault rifles, your snipers, your shotguns, which I don't recommend using because they kind of suck. And your SMGs. Like all battle royales, there's a storm coming that makes the rings smaller. This storm, however, is an ice storm. Whew, okay, so that's Super People in a super short nutshell. It's PUBG with powers. But now I need to talk about the real nitty-gritty parts about this game. So let's get to the... The unique abilities are a treat, and getting all of them unlocked in a match really rewards your patience. I love that you can play solo, duo, and trios from the get-go. And in third person, if you're really weird. Third person's a bit of a mess. The map is simple with enough unique areas to make it not super boring to travel on, and boy do you travel a lot. Like 50% of this game, you will be running in the open looking for supplies, hoping that you don't die. Luckily, the healing in this game is fast and efficient, making traversing the map a lot less annoying than most games, which is a huge plus. And you have a lot of movement options like your abilities, cars, ATVs. It's not too slow. The graphics are not great. You can barely see enemies from a distance, and the animations overall just feel sloppy and cheap. Your character can get stuck behind random objects, and when paired with pretty lackluster movement, it just feels clunky. This game's gunplay can be a little bit clunky at times, but I do like that you can lean. It does seem useful to be able to poke people from a weird angle. Then there's this god-awful coin system. Throughout the map, you'll find coins that act as a semi-in-game currency. In the game, you essentially have loadout drops that can be customized beforehand, but depending on how much gear you put into this loadout drop beforehand, it changes its price drastically. So the better gear you have, the more it costs. So if you have more coins, you can have a lot better stuff like the best armor, the best helmets, the best everything. It's essentially a pay-to-win weird gatekeeping structure, which I wouldn't mind if coins were just for that purpose, but no, you can't even select your character without spending 500 coins. In a character shooter, you have to pay to select the character you want. This game is designed like a terrible mobile game. What the actual... I am not a fan of this pay-to-win structure. I think it's really dumb and it's kind of backwards, which is sad because I do think these characters are very unique and this game does provide a different type of game. But putting these unique characters behind a permanent paywall is so dumb. You can just tell that this game was rushed. They put all these really cool artworks on each of these individual characters, but it feels like they last minute decided that you can just customize your character outright. So all of these unique designs for these characters were very pointless. Somebody got paid to design these characters and they didn't come to fruition. The fact that I have to use this GG weird knockoff Steam thing to open my game is a big minus for me. This looks like a scam. If you are afraid to download this game because of this alone, I get it. Overall, Super People really is just PUBG with a new coat of paint. The unique abilities in this game do create really interesting scenarios, and I won't deny that as I got better at this game, it got a lot more fun. But because this game feels really cheap, it doesn't really encourage me to want to come back, especially with the terrible coin system. Which is a shame because I think the overall core gameplay is unique and fun. It's just being held back by the fact that it's just a weird money grab that was clearly made to be on mobile. If you are a super fan of PUBG, I think you will really enjoy this game, but for everybody else, I don't think you'll love it. So I'll be giving Super People a 6 out of 10. When everything goes right, it's a very fun experience, but there are way too many flaws in this game for me to want to give it anything higher than a 6. But what do you think? Have you tried Super People? And if so, what would you rate it? Anyways, I gotta go practice climbing more fences and running around faster because right now I am not a super person. So, I'll catch you later. Ya noob.